Hey guys, it's Neon with CLOWNFISH TV, and it doesn't look like we'll be getting a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 anytime soon. Thanks for that, James Gunn. Production's been delayed on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 according to many news sources, and we're going to pick this up from Cinema Blend. Again, talking about James Gunn's firing, we've been following that, and Dave Bautista's meltdowns on Twitter. Disney's decided to just put the franchise on hold indefinitely. So, way to go. Fantastic. Since James Gunn's firing from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, there have been more questions than answers about the future of the MCU's most cosmic franchise. Would James Gunn be brought back? No. Would his script be used? Probably not. Who will replace him? I don't know. Will Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 be delayed, or will it happen at all? Some of these questions have been answered, but with production scheduled to begin this winter, nope. It was clear that things had to get sorted out sooner rather than later. Now it appears that Marvel is not going to rush things, as the production on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 has been put on hold. This news comes to us from The Hollywood Reporter, which states a small group prepping pre-production for the film have been dismissed. They've been dismissed. That's not a good sign. That means Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to be on hold for a long time. I mean, we might be waiting another 5 years for a Guardians movie. Pre-production was going to begin this fall in advance of a winter shooting starting, and the film was hiring crew to prepare for that, but now that has stopped. These crew members have been told that they are now free to look for new work. Again, not a good sign at all. This delay in production has been characterized as a way to allow Marvel and Disney to regroup following James Gunn's firing. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 never had an official release date, but all the signs were pointing to 2020. Now the timeline for production at least has been pushed out. There's talk about bringing in Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi, and he has been involved in meetings. He's taken a meeting with Disney. I think he would be a fantastic choice for Guardians Volume 3, given that Thor Ragnarok felt very much like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie as opposed to a Thor movie. I think he'd be a good choice. But yeah, so Disney doesn't know what to do with Guardians now. Again, we've got Dave Bautista, who plays Drax, threatening to leave the franchise altogether if they don't use James Gunn's script. They may not be allowed to use James Gunn's script. Because at that point, I don't know exactly how his contract is worded, but, he was probably hired to be writer and director. And if they ousted him, I don't know what that means. So chances are, whenever Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out, it's going to be a very different film from the first two. And this might not be a bad thing, honestly. So let's go to comicbook.com, where they talk about the internet. Of course, the internet giving its hot takes on Guardians 3 being put on hold. Now, we've got some different opinions here. This guy, Alan, says Guardians of the Galaxy box office to Disney is those pennies you find down the sides of your couch. Actually, no. Guardians has done really well, and they're banking heavily on the franchise because they've got rides coming up in the theme parks and all that based on Guardians. It's actually... Guardians is pretty important to Disney, and I think they want to make sure they don't screw it up. Not surprising, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 being put on hold in the wake of James Gunn firing is more like common sense thinking. Not surprising news. Yeah, there's no way they're going to make 2020 at this point. Hey Disney, yeah, I got 2 suggestions on how you can save Guardians of the Galaxy. Rehire James Gunn, not going to happen ever. If that fails, make Thor 4 and add the Guardians to it. Problem solved. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Blame Bautista. Yes, Dave Bautista, I think his raging in public, his public outcries for James Gunn to be rehired, I think actually blew up spectacularly. It totally backfired. I think Dave Bautista adding kerosene to the bonfire is definitely what has made Disney pause, because I think if Bautista had been okay with going forward with whoever the director is, and they could find somebody else, quickly, I think they probably would have just plowed ahead. But that is not the case. There we go. We got a little jiggle. Okay, so Disney is putting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 on hold because they have no idea what to do since they fired James Gunn. Ha! Yeah, pretty much. Idea for Guardians 3, fire all the original cast and make Chris Hemsworth playing every single role. I actually wonder if Volume 3, whenever it comes out, if it's going to have a different cast because of the cast feeling the way they do about James Gunn. I do think some people probably would come back. I think Chris Pratt probably would come back. But there's some folks who are just really not happy with the decision, and I could see them skipping the next movie. So who knows? Everybody's pushing for them to rehire James Gunn. That's not going to happen. So there we go. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming to a theater near you sometime in probably like 2025. I think, honestly, given the Fox acquisition, Disney might focus on maybe the Fantastic Four and bringing them to the MCU and making them the cosmic team, given that the Guardians sort of, have been sort of the stand-in Fantastic Four. I could see that happening, and then them getting around to Guardians later, because I think the storyline, the storyline that was set up in the first two Guardians movies, definitely being wrapped up in Infinity War. I don't even know where they go with it next. So that is what is going on with Guardians of the Galaxy and James Gunn, Dave Bautista, and all that crap. Subscribe to CLOWNFISH TV for more pop culture news, video game gameplay videos, and other rants. We'll talk to you later.